Hi, I'm Adam Hogan from RTE2 FM, and I'm talking to people from the LGBTQI+ communities from all over Ireland. Earlier I met Jessica Curtin from GOSHH, that's Gender Orientation, Sexual Health, HIV, based in Limerick.
We're based in the Midwest of Ireland. Our client base are those who are LGBTI, those with diverse gender and orientation. We aim to provide support for those living with HIV, hepatitis C and sex workers. We aim to provide a safe and supportive environment for those of all ages. So when a young person might come into us, they might have maybe coming out, they might be trans, they might have issues at home. And then, there's obviously other workers who provide support, maybe people who are living HIV or hepatitis, but we aim to really support the young person as best we can, whatever issues they may have.
If you were talking about, say, the other areas away from Limerick City, what would you say were the more issues facing rural?
I think the more issues facing rural is like the lack of transport for young people, to come in to use the service, and often, that they have to provide them their caregivers or their guardians to bring them in, and that's not often the case that they can come in, and often there's not supports in those areas, so they rely on coming to us for the supports, which I think there needs to be more support for rural, for young people in rural areas, because often there's great sense of isolation and disconnection for young people in rural areas.
Yeah, it's great to have the service, but you've got to be able to get to it, I suppose.
Exactly, that's the thing, and during the pandemic, although we're apart, it's great that we could still reach out to our young people and to people that we support, whether it was dropping a text, an email or over Zoom, we're always there even though we couldn't meet in person. And
were you able to keep that, the sort of community, were you able to keep yourselves together during pandemic?
Yeah, I provide us in the youth service, we do a Friday youth group for young people from 14 to 19, and the Zoom fatigue was real, trying to meet in Zoom was really, really hard, but I think the fact that we had that space, no matter what space it was, knowing that young people were in that environment and it was safe, and we tried to come up with different activities every week, just kind of keep it exciting, which is really hard.
There's only so many Zoom quizzes you can do.
That's the thing, but with every Zoom call, it was a step closer to meeting together, which was the thing that kept hope within the group, Yeah,
and have you started to come back together now? Or?
Yeah, we started meeting in outdoor space. We meet in the People's Park in Limerick, and we all just sit around, have the chats, which is great,
Lovely. And it's more so just a kind of meeting place, so they can meet each other and they can meet you?
Yeah, a social support group,
Yeah.
We just, whatever they want to talk about, we talk about,
Yeah.
Just having that space for them, I think, is what's crucial. I think what we found during the pandemic, that a lot of young people wanted to come to an online space, which I thought a lot of young people want to be in person, but having a lot of people can't come in, so I think after the pandemic, online space should continue for people who can come in, can't make it to Limerick, or I think maybe community groups need to set up LGBT friendly youth groups, which are specific for LGBT young people, which makes them feel safe and supportive, and I suppose, even on shop windows saying this is an LGBT friendly space, having a flag, that can mean so much to a young person or people, just having the presence there, a flag, a quote on a shop window, this is a safe environment you can come into. Over
the last year, whilst you've moved onto your online platforms, is there anything that's given you hope?
What's given me hope is that young people have joined during the pandemic, and know that we can provide that space for them. What really give me hope that we will come together soon. We will have our groups in person again. I will be able to provide support for young people, and just be able to come together, knowing that although our doors are closed, we're still going to be together. That really gave me the hope that each call, each text message, each email was a step closer to meeting people in person.
Thank you very much, Jessica from GOSHH.
RTE, proud to stand, proud to party.
See rte.ie/pride.